So Bitcoin decides to go to the club this weekend and drop it low. The futures market, it just decided to chill out. And me personally, I get this wild idea to say, hey, let's start a public account. Let's trade it together. Why not?
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These private...
What's going on, family? It's Tasteway here once again, and I'm bringing you another STB Market Watch. And today is Money Monday, right? And on Money Monday, I like to talk money. I like to do some things. This is something I'm bringing from a long time ago, but I want to bring back Money Mondays. And what I'm going to do on Money Mondays is I'm going to open up pretty much a public, portfolio. Why not? And what I'm going to do with that is basically show, because it's already started. It's just, I have many accounts in many different brokerages. And one of the accounts I had that was just sitting, because I don't really use this brokerage, this broker much anymore. And I logged in and I saw I had a little money in there. It's like $25,000. I was like, all right, let's do this as a public, account. And let's go and dive into some trades and see, what we're doing. That way, as I'm showing you different market structures, because I'm more of a swing trader, right? I'm a swing trader. I might get in and wait for a couple of weeks, a couple of days, I might get in and out a couple of days. But for the majority time, I'm a swing trader because I'm a family man, right? So this is going to be something that a lot of people can kind of emulate and say, hey, if Tay can do it and, be family oriented and work out, I burned 3,000 calories yesterday, so I work out a lot. Right. So if Tay can do all of this work and now be a family man, et cetera, I should be able to work a job, be a family person, and, and still trade the markets. Right. So that's what I want to show today. This is actually something that can be done by anybody who, no matter how busy you are, if you learn how to actually look at the markets, how to actually chart, how to actually, understand what's going on in the, economy, you could actually do this no matter how busy you are, okay? Now, that being said, we're gonna have some fun with this thing because one of my sayings in STB, because everybody wants to trade options, right? Options trader, options trader, options trader. One of my biggest sayings is, you do know you could trade shares, right? And people just seem to kind of brush me off like, I want to trade options. It's faster money. So what I'm attempting to do here is I'm going to actually trade shares only in addition to being a swing trader. And I want to show you, you can work a job, you can be super busy, you could be a family oriented type of person, and you can trade shares and still make good money, right? So let's go, let's check it out. I'm going to bring you into it, into the public account. And what we're going to do is we'll probably check it every Monday. Every Money Monday, we'll check the public account. And then of course, we'll go over the economics and the, the market watch still. But I'll just give you a peek inside the public account, show you what we're doing. All right, family. So here is the public account, right? And I'm going to break down a few things, kind of break down the account and show you like what am I doing with it? Why do I have some of the things that I have, right? And kind of, I guess you could say, explain why they are there, right? Why would you put money into X, Y, and Z, right? I'm gonna break these things down, show you how I think, how I move, right? So let's get into it. BITI, this is the inverse of Bitcoin, okay? So when Bitcoin falls, this goes up. Bitcoin is falling right now. We'll dive into that chart here pretty soon. PNC Bank, I definitely like this. I bought it when it fell. I got it at 132. Probably not gonna average down on it because I got a profit target for about 170. So I'll probably be waiting on that to hit. And it's low, very low risk, right? $1,300. Once again, this account, right now, it started with like roughly, what's that, about $26,000. And what I want to get into is this is a very, for me, once again, it's all about the person. So let me say this, all about the person. But this is one of those accounts that it's like, like literally all of this could go away. And it's like, I call it, when people say, Tay, how much money should I put into a trade? I tell them, hey, look at your spending habits on like, things you don't need, right? Like red bottoms, right? So in STB, I call this red bottom money, right? This is jewelry money. Instead of going to buy a new watch, Instead of going to buy, you know, a new diamond necklace or something, I put $20,000, $26,000 in the account. I'm like, okay, cool. If I lose it, that was gonna be you know, some jewelry. That was gonna be a few pairs of red bottoms or something. I don't know, right? If I make money off of it, my red bottom money and my jewelry money, okay, I made some money off of that instead of just having a piece of jewelry. So this is how I look at trading. This is how I want you to look at trading, right? I want you to be in a state. And the reason why this is something I do, the reason why I say this is because if it's going to go out of the door anyway, you might as well try to make some money off of it, right? Is that fair to say? So something that I've seen in the past is a lot of people, they throw money into the market that they can't afford to lose. Me, on the other hand, if I'm going to be risky and trade, short-term trade, especially, I'm going to throw money in the market that I was going to spend anyway. I was going to buy some type of liability anyway. So I might as well try to make some money off of it and then go get the liability. I showed you all this with my Lambo account. Remember, I started a Lambo account. I had the $250,000 to buy the Lambo. I didn't buy the Lambo with my $250,000. I took that money, I put it in an account. And I show all of this is documented. I put it in an account. I traded it, made what pretty much double, another like $250,000, almost $300,000. And then I went to the lot to pick out my Lambo. Well, when I got to the Lambo dealership, or when I got to the dealership, the exotic dealership, it ended up not being a Lambo. I ended up buying a McLaren because I liked the doors going up better than the Lambo that I saw. So anyway, long story short, I take money that I'm about to spend anyway, and I trade it. That's how I'm able to stay in the trade. That's how I'm able to sleep at night, because if I lose it, I'm like, well, I was about to buy red bottoms with it anyway, right? So that helps with your psychology. It's a big, big help for your psychology, okay? So this is just a little something I want to drop on you. I don't think anybody else is talking and telling traders that. That's the psychology behind money. This is why a lot of people who paper trade, right? A lot of people who paper trade, this is why they can win as paper traders, but they lose when they apply real money because they can't afford to lose that money. But with paper trading, it's like, if I lose it anyway, whatever. So I'm going to stay in the trade. They stay in the trade and then it goes up and then it's like, oh, I won, right? Well, if you can have that same psychological effect with real money, like if I lose it, whatever, and you stay in the trade, you make money. That, my friends, is how the game is played, okay? As far as psychology goes. So this is how I'm able to win because once again, $26,000 to me personally, it's not a lot of money. I can let this thing do. I can be a little more risky with it, and that's fine, right? This is red bottom money. That's what we're gonna coin this from here on out. Red bottom money. We're gonna trade this red bottom money. All right. So BITI is the inverse of Bitcoin. This is something that I use when I want to short Bitcoin. I've been doing this since 68,000. I made a good amount of money on the fall. Probably got out around 60,000, but that's neither here nor there. PNC Bank, I like the chart that I was trading because a lot of this stuff, because we trade slower, more like a swing trade, a lot of this stuff is going to be entered maybe on the daily or the weekly chart. Okay, so that's what this is. DNA, I like this play. This is a very low risk, high reward type of trade, right? So for example, let's say, so one of my, I'll tell you a story. One of my really big mentors, I guess you can say, he's a mentor of mine. It's somebody who taught me. He's a billionaire. What he told me about trades like this, he said, look, smaller like penny stocks, when you buy them, especially if they have decent fundamentals, which DNA has decent fundamentals, they have good institutional ownership, what they tend to be is low risk options. And I didn't get it at first. So I asked him to elaborate. I was like, what do you mean they're like low risk options? He said, think about having a stock option that doesn't expire. And then when he said it that way, I was like, oh. So DNA, think about this. DNA, this company, I got it at $1.30. It's coming from highs at, $16, $17. Like it's coming from a long way up. I'll say, I can't think of like off the top of my head. We'll look at the chart. But long story short, it's a very low risk trade. I like it. Institutional ownership on it is pretty good. So that's one of the things I look for when I'm looking at like some of these little shitty stocks. And you know, it's a low risk. If I lose $2,400, once again, that's a pair of red bottoms. Yeah. If it pops the way I think it's supposed to pop, just looking at the charts, because I've been, you know, I've broken down the charts. If it pops and I do a 10x and I make $24,000, that's a lot of red bottoms, right? So once again, red bottom money, yeah, whatever. SPXU, this is more of a hedge. You know, you like to keep, you know, some protection in the account. So I always like this. And plus, you know, looking at the charts, this should give me exactly what I wanted to give me, right? So I got a little bit more in that one in Bitcoin, just because these are more active trades. These are me looking at the charts and I'm thinking, okay, you're getting ready to go where I want you to go. So I have those on deck. Let's see. UAVS is definitely one of those. If you've been in STB, y'all know we've made a lot of money off of UAVS trading this thing up and down since 2019, right? We were in it since 98 cents. It blew up to $15. We got out at $15. Probably made, I made like $500,000 on it. It was crazy. We got out at $15, came down, and then as it started to fall, it got to $57. I went ahead and grabbed me some shares. I'm not gonna lie, super low risk, but I'm a big believer in drones, and I still believe in this story. And once again, if I lose, what's this, $1,800 plus $800, if I lose less than $3,000, yeah, red bottom money, all good. And then Honest, this is definitely a speculative play. Honest, one of the things that I see with Honest is all of my son's diapers, like everywhere we go, diapers, wipes. We've talked about this in STB. Like everywhere I go, Honest is there. They're in Target. They're in like everywhere. Like and most people know them to be like a makeup, you know, company, but no, they do organic diapers, organic, like the skin creams for the baby. Like literally everything is organic. It's very good. It's like a good quality product, and they're everywhere. Now, I like this because, and of course, when I see something like that, I look at it and then I go look at the chart and the fundamentals. Fundamentals are trash, right? Fundamentals are not good at all. But that's not why I'm in it. Because not all companies start out with good fundamentals and just always have good fundamentals. That's not how this game works. Me personally, I look at what's going on. I look at real world application. When I see a bunch of people buying, you know, I see a lot of people buying honest products. I see a bunch of people buying honest products. When I go to the store and I'm looking for diapers for my son and it's like sold out again, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Mira. When I see this, I'm thinking, no, this stuff goes out, it sells out too often. First of all, I'm like, why is Honest always sold out of diapers? Why are they always sold out of the creams that I need for my son? Why are they always sold out of this, always sold out of that? And as soon as they get stocked up, I go get it and I go back, they're gone again. So I'm like, this thing is going nuts and it's gonna pay us. So I put some money in a speculative play. This probably, you know, depending on what pair of red bottoms you get, put $7,000 in it, you know, 7,500, something like that. That's about 2 pair of red bottoms. Yeah. If it goes to zero, right? Whatever, right? This is a good trade. I got it at $2.38. A lot of upside, right? I mean, just where I could see it going, I have a price target already of about $19. So that's gonna be a nice move anyway. That's about a 10x. So who knows? It could take a year, it could take 2 years, it could take 5 years, right? But in 5 years, a 10x on your money would be 1,000% return. So 1,000% return, most people are not trading and doing that in over a 5-year period of time, right? Just think about that. So you have to ask yourself, hey, am I making, let's see, over 5 years, 1,000%, that's 200% a year. You have to ask yourself, man, I'm day trading, I'm trading. Am I making 200% a year trading though? If not, you might want to come over here with me and do some more slower term trading. Now, let me say this as a disclaimer. This portfolio is not for you to emulate. and say, oh, Tay's in it, so I'm going to get in it. Now, I know somebody's going to do it. I can't stop you from doing it. But what I can say is, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to, chart and yada, 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 I can't look. I am not responsible for that. This is literally just being transparent and showing you that as I break down charts and as I show you where the market is going, I can also come into my account and say, hey, we played it, right? So nobody can say, oh, where are your trades? Where you say you called it and you took advantage of it, but we can't see it. There's no transparency here. Here's your transparency, right? So we're going to do that. Just have some fun with it. And like I said, we do our thing. So once again, as a disclaimer, I'm not responsible for any of your wins or losses, all right? I am not telling you to buy what I'm buying, because once again, this is red bottom money, and Honest could go to crap, UAVS could go to crap, and DNA could go to crap. Shit, PNC could go out of business. Like, once again, I'm not telling you to buy these things, right? SPXU, we could have hit a bottom in 2022, and the SPX could just run for the rest of the year, rest of the probably the decade. Once again, I'm putting this in based on my trading and my analysis of the market, right? Bitcoin could have had a bottom at 15,000, and it could just run from there. So once again, these are plays that, hey, I've done my due diligence, I've done my charting. I need you to do your due diligence, your charting, and enter stocks based on what you want to do. All right. So let's get into some charts. All right. Now, because BITI is one of the things I wanted to kind of go over, or Bitcoin, we're going to go straight to Bitcoin first. All right. Let's see what we have going over here in the Bitcoin world. There it is. All right. So what's going on over here at Bitcoin? Once again, we saw a nice drop, nice drop, pretty much over the last session. And do I think this is a sustained drop? No. I don't think it's a sustained drop. I think we do need to get, there's a group of buyers in here, right? I do think we need to get back below here, right? If we get back below here, then they turn into sellers, and I like that, right? I like that. But until then, I think right now, this thing could possibly take off. I want to talk something real quick about indicators, right? You hear a lot of, supposedly good traders who will talk crap about most indicators being lagging. They're lagging indicators. They're lagging indicators. They're lagging indicators, right? Now, there are some lagging indicators. RSI, MACD, some of these things are lagging. EMAs, these are lagging indicators, right? And that doesn't mean they don't work, but they are lagging. They are lagging. Now, you also have what's called predictive indicators, right? And that's what we use. For one of the most predictive things we use is how the market moves in waves, right? If you know how the market moves, when it goes down, if you know that the wave down is causing for a bounce, then you could be predictive and you can forecast where it's going. It's called predictive indicators, right? This is one of the things we use in STB, right? So when I break it down, and for me, a lot of times when I'm talking to you all here on the money market, the STB market watch, a lot of times you'll see me do something like this. I'll say, yeah, here's our path, right? Here's our path. You see that? This is predictive. This is predictive. So what I can do is I can look at all of this and this that's happening, right? And I can tell you that if we go here, here, and here, based on the predictive indicator, we have to go here next, right? So this is one of the things we use, okay? That helps me to be able to see, are we bouncing and going to a certain area? And if so, what's the retracement of that area? What's the actual predictive number of that area? Because it's all numbers, right? So, it's wave one or is wave three 1.6 of wave one, right? Is wave five supposed to be as long as a half or a third of wave 3, right? And based on those waves, I could tell you where it's going, or it's based on how long it was. Based on this is something that I get into, right? This is something that I use. So for a lot of people who are saying, there's lagging indicators, yada yada, no, we use predictive indicators. Okay, predictive indicators. And then another thing that we use is just simple supply and demand. So the supply and demand, that is it. Supply and demand, right? So for example, I want to show you something with Bitcoin, right? For example, why did this here stop right here? Because there was, if you look left, there was some demand, right? So you could have bought this, and I could have told you that if you look left, you could have saw the demand. So let's look left, right? Let's look left. We're gonna have some fun with this. We're gonna have plenty of fun with this. Look at that. And there is your demand, right? Here is your demand, right in here. Look at this. Here's your demand. Let's get this box. This area was demand. Why? Because when you got above it, look at that, support, 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 took off. So the next time you come to it, boys and girls, what's gonna happen? Let's go and see. So, look at that, support, 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 and took off. This is what's called supply and demand. If somebody wants it, we want to get in there with them because they'll buy it up. Okay, so once again, we don't do lagging indicators as much. We are more so in the predictive indicators. That's what we do. Predictive. We follow amounts, a certain amount of rules. So if we know that the market has to do X, Y, and Z based on the rules, because the market has rules, based on the rules, then we can follow the rules. Does that make sense? All right, boys and girls, let's look at another one. All right, look at this. Supply and demand. Look at this. As high as here, supply and demand. Look, boop, 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 took off. So this is a demand area. People wanted this. They wanted it, right? They wanted it. So this is how you have to look at a lot of this stuff, right? It's all about demand. There's another area in here, right in here. Boom. When you get in here, look at all of this demand. It's a lot of demand in here. Well, it got down and boom, it took off. Supply and demand. Once again, this is not lagging at all. At all, okay? So for anybody who talks crap about what we do over here, my number one thing to you, I say, listen, you may not like how I shoot. You might not like the form of my jump shot, but my points still go on the scoreboard, baby. All right? So once again, everybody, this is how things are working. This is what I'm seeing so far with Bitcoin. So let's go over it a little bit more. Let's see. I like this downward motion that I'm seeing so far. Okay, making high highs. Okay, so yes, I think we're losing steam. We are bouncing in this little area right here. Got above it a little bit, but for the most part, we go in between these few price points. So 29,000, 30,000, we'll say 30,000, 30,000 and 26,000, okay? So I'd like to see a break and a hold. This was a fake out right here. It broke it, held it, and then it fell back into it. I'd like to see a break and a hold of this, and we probably go to our next available zone. Right, so I like this area in here will be where we go next, right? So if we can break and hold this, this is where we'll go next, okay? Now, because there are always two paths. When we talk about Elliott wave and different waves, when you talk about different waves, flats and impulse waves, when you talk about different waves, you got multiple areas that you can go to, right? Now, this is gonna take us as high as almost $40,000. So we have a price target of 34,000 to 40,000 on Bitcoin. We can break below that. Our next area will be around that 25,000 area. And then let's see, we break that. So here's what I'll be looking for, right? Being totally transparent. Here's what I'll be personally looking for. I'll give you a wave count. Give you a wave count. What I'm actually seeing here, so this is what you call a mono wave. This mono wave, this may be fully, this could be fully, so even though it's a mono wave, I like this as maybe a wave one. That could be wave one, wave two. This is wave three. Let me bring this down a little bit. Wave three, it looks like wave four. Wave five probably will take us up here. And then we'd go something like A, B, boom, C. C down. Okay. So this is what I'm looking for here. I think that will be our count. Once again, predictive indicators. Okay. We don't lag. We're not lagging behind the market. We are ahead of it, right? There's a saying by Wayne Gretzky, one of the GOATs of hockey. And they asked him, what's your key to success? How are you so good at hockey? He said, listen, I don't go where the puck is. I go where the puck is going, right? And that's what we do over here. We go where the puck is going. We don't go where the puck is. Oh, it's falling. Let's grab some. No. What we do is we say, oh, okay, you falling? Well, I need you to fall into my lap right where I think you're going. And when you fall into my lap, I'm going to get you to where I know you're going next, right? That's how this works. And once again, this is just one way of doing things. Getting into waves and things like that. It's very tough. It's very tough. It took me years to learn this, but it works, right? And honestly, I'd say this is probably the most, honestly, if you're going to find out how the market actually moves in waves, this is the hardest thing to learn. It's, I had somebody say, oh, you don't know how to read tape. Tape reading is baby shit, right? Tape reading is baby shit when it comes to this. For me to say, hey, I could tell you where the market is going with predictive indicator, Elliott wave, and I can break down the science, and I can plot some data, and I can take this price and that price, plot that data, and tell you where it's going next. That's the hardest thing to do, right? It's the hardest thing to do. So for me, I'll be looking at that, and we'll be waiting. We'll wait. But I got my BITI just in case this wave doesn't play out. And the reason why I say that is because this should be a bounce to about 34,000, and who knows, we could stretch it up a little bit more to try to get up here. I don't think it will, but we could try to get up here and then we come down. So I see 34,000 as high as 39,000, but we'll see. But I will be looking for a bounce here. I don't think we're ready to fall fully yet, but I'm scaling into averaging into my BIT move because I want to catch this C wave down. Okay, so we'll see how long that C wave down is. My first price target for Bitcoin is 20,000. I know we got to come back to 20,000. I think we can go even lower than that, but we'll see. Right? I know. Let me say it this way. I know we can go to 20,000 for sure. My ultimate price target is 13,000, 10 to 13,000. So we get 10 to 13,000. My BITI will look really great. All right, so that's what I'm holding out for. So the fact that I got my BITI right here in like the 30,000 range, and I'm expecting 10 to 13,000, that's a nice fall, making my BITI really good. Okay, that's what I see there. We can go into the SPY just to kind of show some of the things I'm seeing here. Some of you saw that I had that XPXU. Why'd you get that? Why'd you get that, Tay? I'm going to need to go a little bit deeper into here. Let's see. This, I'm not gonna lie, this one has been very tough over probably the last month because of how the market's been very choppy. But what I'm seeing and what I've been playing with, we've been making some good trades on this in STB. What I've been seeing though is even throughout all of this choppy action, because you see how it's like chop, that still looks like a wave 1, 2, I would say as high as 3 here, 4. Looks like we got a 5 coming here. And that could take us up into, we just have to find where's that demand or supply, excuse me. right? So that should take us up into somewhere into here. Boom. As you see, this was held with that. So yeah, we should take us somewhere up into there. So I like 420 to 430 on the SPY near term. When we get up there, I can't say exactly what's going to happen from there. But I do see us getting up here as high as maybe 430-ish, right? That's where I see us going. If we get there, then what'll happen is we'll come back down, probably hold this area. Boom, boom, C wave down. That's what I see happening potentially. So what I'll do, I like to hedge. I like to hedge. So what I'd like to do is while I'm waiting on a certain position, so let's just say we got SPXU, right? Well, I'm waiting on a certain position. For the market open, I might actually grab some, who knows, some shares on the SPY. Just to say, you know what? Hey, let's hedge this. Give me some shares at 415. If you go to 420 or maybe even 430, I make a quick few bucks, right? $5-10 per share, right? And then I wait on my SPXU to fall, right? That's how I play this game. That's something that could be done. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. I do think that's what's about to happen. So once again, you can take this and do what you will, do what you feel you need to do with it. But I do see us. We are not at a bottom as far as I'm concerned. We are not at a bottom at all. So when people say, if we go back to this weekly chart, a lot of people are saying that we have bottomed out. We are not going any lower than 348. I call BS. My ultimate price target for the most part, it's gonna be shy of here. So like 33-ish, 3,300. So I think we need to get a little bit lower. I would like to not touch this though. I would like to not touch this. And the reason why I say that, I really believe on the weekly chart, I really believe that this is kind of like a wave 1. And this is trying to give me like a wave 4-ish. So if we come back here, there's rules. If wave 4 hits wave 1, the waves no longer, it's invalidated, right? And that's the beauty of what we use when it comes to the predictive. You talk about predictive indicators. It has rules. So it's like, hey, if you go here, it's no longer working. I'm out. That gives you a predetermined stop loss, right? Predetermined stop loss. So if you get this thing falls, right? We come in here and we tap somewhere in this, maybe not that area. Let's go up a little bit more right here. We come back and we test the low. We tap somewhere in this area. I could literally buy 343, and then my stop loss would literally be 337. That's less. It's not even a $10 stop loss, right? And I know because the rules, it's like, hey, if that's a wave 1 right here and this wave 4, you can't touch that. And if you do, I know that this is invalidated and you're probably gonna fall. Once again, not everybody can do the wave theory and get into waves because it's very complex, right? But I'm here to help you all with that. Even if I gotta just tell you what's going on. All right, I got you. So that's what we do. Once again, it's predictive. And the real pros, that's what we do, right? That's how we get down. So that's what I see going on. Other than that, let's see, what else do we need to check? Tick, 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 tick. All right. Yeah. Other than that, this is just kind of, an overview of what I see happening. I'd like to see this get hit sometime this week. That's the beginning of the week. We have a full moon coming. So if you get into your moon phases, we got full moon coming. So that usually is bullish. So that should give us a nice bullish move, and then we should fall. I think we're going to try to get down to test this low first. We can break this low, then we go for this one next. And if we can break that one, that invalidates. So this little area here is going to invalidate some stuff. And if we can get below this line, yeah, we're going for that. We're going for this low. That's what I see happening. But if we get back down here somewhere 399, it may hold. It may hold. Like I said, it may not even get here. It'll just come close this gap. That gap is at 395. So I can see it coming down, wicking down 395, holding this, and then popping back up. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But I definitely want to see this hit first. So I do think we're going bullish. So this morning, who knows? I may be going into some, some bullish plays, but not for long though, because we have a lot of bearish signs. There's a lot of signs saying it's bearish, it's bearish, it's bearish. So whatever little pop we get out of here, it won't be long. It won't be long. If she hit it, it should fall. So I'm already geared up for the fall, baby. So let's go. Let's go. Other than that, I hope this has been another great STB market watch. I'll see you all on the next one. I'm out. So with that being said, family, if you are looking to become a little bit more serious with your trading, you want a little help, or you just want a community of people, like-minded people at that, who are going through some of the same things you're going through. You want a little direction. You want to take advantage of the AI that we have, because we get insider trades, market news. We get to see when the big dogs, people with 100 million, 200 million, $1 billion are buying things. Not only that, we can go in here and put in commands, right? So I'll re-enter this command. So I can put in a command and see what the AI actually thinks about what's going on with the market, right? And it'll tell me, hey, our predictions based on what the AI is seeing with the overall market, we think the market is about to fall. You see it's red. So this just gives us another edge as traders, investors, because we do swing trades, we do day trades, and these alerts have been fire. As you see, we got plenty of profits, right? So everybody should have access to the profits section. We have plenty of profits, but not only that, we have other things that we can go into and pretty much share what we're going through. So we have the mindset section. We have people who are showing the workouts. I put in the nutrition plans, right? For those of y'all who've been wondering, hey, how did you lose all the weight, right? I've added my nutritional plan here, but I've added the workouts here. I've added the nutrition part here, right? I've added so many things, and then we have the come up series where people are saying, look, this is my come up story. This is what I've been able to do. This thing is literally packed with people who are just like-minded individuals who know what's going on. And ultimately, we get to the bag, because it's more than just trading charts and looking at certain balance sheets for companies. It's an overall thing. So we do the mindset, we do the workouts, we do the nutrition, we talk about the family issues, right? See, I mean, we have it all. I've thought of it for the most part. I think for me personally, I've thought of it all. So we have it all. We come in here and we stay in here. This is what it is. And we trade out of this place. So once again, it's only $50 a month. It's super reasonable, and I'm not gonna lie, I may take it up pretty soon, but for now, it's $50 a month. I definitely suggest, take advantage of it if you want to be better or do better, or just want that community and access to the tools that we have. I've put it all here, family. So I definitely hope to see you on the inside soon. And other than that, I'll see you on the next newsletter video.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These